Hello again, everyone, and welcome to our channel. If you're stepping into the world of home buying, you're in the right place. Today, we've got Michael Kidd, an expert at Directions Home Loan, and he's going to help us simplify the mortgage process. Michael, great to have you with us today.
Yeah, thank you, Vern. Appreciate you having me on.
No problem, thank you. So, how does one start the home buying process? Can you help us with that?
Absolutely, great question. So just a little background about myself too. I've been in the business for over 20 years as a loan officer. Work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and I think that's the biggest hurdle is just, thinking about buying a home. There's a lot of pieces to it. You read a lot of stuff online. Your friends might tell you what happened with them and, scary boogie stories about buying a house. Really, it's about knowledge, right? It's about knowing where you stand and what you could qualify for. So you'll hear a terminology that we use in our business called getting pre-qualified. So that's basically where most people need to start. And whether or not you're a first-time home buyer or a return home buyer, the average person doesn't buy a house every year, right? So even if you bought a home before, it's always good to go back through that process. So just kind of a little bit about how that works. There's a couple of different things within the pre-qualification process that we look for. First and foremost, we start with credit. So credit's not only going to give us the score that you have as your credit score, but it also gives us what debt that we're going to use in getting you qualified. And what I mean by that is we don't take into consideration like phone bills, electric bills, stuff like that. What we're going to look at is on your credit report, what are the open trade lines that you have? And we look at the minimum credit score, the minimum payment. And what I mean by that is you might have bought a car 5 years ago and you only have a couple payments on it. You might only owe a couple thousand, your payment's $500 a month. We're focused on the 500. Same thing goes if you just bought a brand new truck last year and you still owe 30, 40,000 on it. If it's the same $500 payment, the payment is what really drives how we qualify people, just to let you know. One of the other things we look at obviously is income. So income goes into what we consider debt ratio. So what we look at is we look at your gross income, your gross monthly income compared to your monthly obligations. So if you've got car payments, credit card payments, things like that, we're going to compare that to your gross monthly income. And then we're also going to factor in your new mortgage loan. So that also goes into that as well.
Okay.
The other thing behind that is, assets, right? There's down payment requirements for different types of loans. And I think we'll go into some of that stuff in a subsequent session. But obviously there is some money. We like to try to find out what do you have to work with. That's going to give us some flexibility, not only on your down payment, but also closing costs, things like that as well. And then finally, I think the biggest thing is as far as setting expectations of, what price range do we look in, right? Most people start when they go to buy something as a budget. So, what is the maximum monthly payment? That's what I ask a lot of people. What's the maximum monthly payment that you want to spend on a house? And then obviously qualifying you for that and saying, okay, if you're looking for a $3,000 monthly payment, here's the price range that you need to be looking at based on how much you're putting down. We want people to look in the right price range for what they need. And the other thing is for that too is, not just what you qualify for, what you're looking for, but what could you qualify for? I think that's another big piece. We all want, a very inexpensive house at a really low price and a really low payment, but your budget might be around $3,000, but I also let you know, could you qualify for more? You might qualify for $4,000 a month. When you're out there looking for homes, that flexibility up front. So that way, if you find a house that's a little bit out of your budget, it might be your dream home and you might be willing to make some concessions in other part of your budget, but that way you'll know what you qualify for there. So that's kind of the main piece of that. There is no obligation, just to let you know. So when we do pre-qualification, there is no app fee. We don't charge for credit. We'll go into a little bit more about those other pieces in some subsequent sessions. But the main thing is to talk to a mortgage professional. Don't read all this stuff online and try to make your own assessment. Like that's really where we can step in and give you accurate data to work with. So.
Okay. Well, very good, Michael. Thank you for helping us get starting on these sessions. And we hopefully have more in the future. And we'll go into that in our next segment.
Awesome.
But thank you for coming to our channel today. And we'll see you next time. If you have any questions, please submit them for Michael. And we'll have you guys taken care of. See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.